Hi, everybody. For anyone who's ever tried to lose weight, the journey can feel like wandering through a maze of advice, rules, and warnings. From magazines to fitness influencers to well meaning friends, everyone seems to have a secret to share. And yet, despite trying everything, the scale stays stubbornly still. The truth is, much of what we believe about losing weight is not just wrong, it can even backfire, making the process harder and harming our health in ways we don't expect. It starts with what's on your plate. For years, many of us were told that carbohydrates are the enemy. Carbs have been vilified in countless diets and labeled as the sole reason we gain weight. But science paints a different picture. Carbohydrates, especially whole grains, fruits, and vegetables, are the body's preferred source of energy and are packed with fiber and nutrients that help keep us full and satisfied. When people eliminate carbs entirely, they often end up feeling drained, irritable, and more likely to overeat later. Studies have shown that those who include a moderate amount of carbs in their diet tend to maintain a healthier weight and live longer than those who cut them out completely. Just when you've made peace with carbs, another fear creeps in: fat. For decades, fat was demonized as the villain of our diets, spawning an entire industry of low-fat products. But fat isn't the enemy. In fact, healthy fats found in avocados, nuts, seeds, and olive oil play an essential role in regulating hormones, supporting brain health, and keeping us feeling full. The problem isn't fat itself, but the type and the amount. People who embrace healthy fats and balance often see better, more sustainable weight loss results than those who avoid them completely. Once we get over our fear of food, we often direct all our energy into exercising. And while movement is undeniably important for health and weight management, overdoing it can do more harm than good. It's tempting to think that hours of intense workouts will melt away pounds faster, but the body doesn't work that way. Pushing yourself to exhaustion raises stress hormones, which can actually make your body hold on to fat, particularly around the belly. The key is not to punish your body, but to move in a way that energizes you, combining strength, cardio, and rest. Then there's the lure of crash diets. When progress feels slow, the promise of dropping several pounds in just a few days can be irresistible. These diets often rely on severe calorie restriction, cutting your intake so drastically that your body goes into survival mode. Yes, the number on the scale may go down quickly at first, but much of that is water and muscle, not fat. Over time, your metabolism slows down, making it even harder to lose weight and easier to gain it back once you resume eating normally. The frustration that follows can lead to a cycle of yo-yo dieting, which research shows is harmful not only to your body, but also to your mental health. Even as you commit to eating better and moving more, you might notice that certain parts of your body seem to hold on to fat no matter what you do. That's when the myth of spot reduction, the idea that you can target fat loss in a specific area, comes into play. People spend countless hours doing crunches hoping to shrink their belly or endless squats to slim their thighs, but the truth is, fat loss happens all over your body. Building strength in certain areas can improve muscle tone and shape, but it won't magically melt the fat in that one spot. It's no wonder these myths persist. They're simple, comforting, and often wrapped in promises of quick fixes. They're also pushed by industries that profit when we fail, from miracle supplements to fad diets to detox teas. Social media only amplifies the noise, with influencers offering advice that sounds scientific but often isn't. These myths endure because they play on our insecurities and our desire for immediate results. What makes these misconceptions truly harmful is not just that they're wrong, but how they affect the way we see ourselves. When we cut out carbs, punish ourselves in the gym, or starve on crash diets and still don't succeed, we start to believe we're broken or weak. This mindset breeds guilt, shame, and anxiety. Emotions that can sabotage even the best intentions. But the problem has never been you. The problem is the myths themselves. If you've fallen into these traps, you're not alone. But the good news is you can break free. Start by asking questions. Does this advice come from science or from someone trying to sell you something? Does it sound too good to be true? Look for guidance from credible sources, registered dietitians, scientific studies, and trusted health organizations. Remember that weight loss is not about following rigid rules, but about creating sustainable habits that nourish your body and mind. You don't have to do everything at once. Begin with small, achievable changes. Choose whole foods more often, move your body in ways you enjoy, make time for sleep, and manage stress with kindness toward yourself. These steps may not feel dramatic, but they are powerful. They build momentum and confidence. Two ingredients more effective than any fad diet or gimmick. Over time, you'll start to see that progress is not just about the number on the scale. It's about feeling stronger, having more energy, sleeping better, and enjoying your life without fear of food or exercise. That's what real success looks like. So the next time someone tells you to cut carbs completely, to fear fat, to run yourself into the ground, or to try the latest miracle plan, you can smile and walk away, because now you know better. The scariest myths only have power if you believe them. And you don't have to believe them anymore. You deserve more than empty promises and impossible standards. You deserve the truth. And with the truth, you can move forward, stronger, wiser, and free.